Hey, what's up everybody? So today I'm going to be showing you guys some new Remo drum heads. Well, I don't know exactly how new they are, but I know they are a newer Remo drum head. And I just wanted to try something new on the kit. I needed to change out drum heads. And so this time I went with Remo Powerstroke 4s across all of the toms and on the kick drum. And then on the snare drum, I have the Remo controlled sound with the black dot, but I have the clear version. Usually I use a coated snare drum head. This time I'm going with the clear version. Just kind of a different sound. I think a little more ring to it a bit, and just trying out something a little bit different. So a couple quick things about these Powerstroke 4s. They are a clear head, so it's closer to the sound that I used to have on my older export kit with the more attack and less of the tone. Now, that's a quick thing I want to talk about. A lot of people, when I switched kits from the Ruby Fade older export from Pearl to the brand new Pearl Export EXX kit, some people were like, oh man, those drums sound pretty good, but I prefer the way the old drums sound. And the difference between the two kits, as far as the overall sound, like something that you would immediately recognize, actually came more so from the drum head choice than from the actual drums themselves. If we had the same drum heads on both kits, you would recognize the difference in sound based on the drums themselves, but when you have a totally different type of drum head, you get a totally different type of sound. And I don't know if a lot of people really recognize that unless you've tried out a lot of drum heads. Now, the pinstripes that I used to use on my Ruby Fade kit, those have a lot of attack and not as much about the actual tone to them. I also used O-rings, Remo O-rings on them, so that kind of deadened out a lot of the ring to it, and so it was more about just that attack, digga, 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 digga. And so the Emperors that I had on here, the coated Emperors, they have less of an attack and are more of a warm, tone-based kind of sound. So instead of like digga, you kind of get duda, 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 duda. You get more of the tone. I know that's a terrible way to sing it or say it to you, but yeah, so that's kind of the basis between them. Now, the Powerstroke 4 heads are kind of a cross between the two. At least that's what I'm feeling so far. They're clear heads, so there's a little more attack to them. The Powerstroke 4 is a dual ply head, which I love because I need that durability. And I'm almost pretty much always really impressed by the durability of Remo heads, so that's not usually an issue. But I like to have that dual ply just to make sure that I can get a lot of hits out of all these drum heads and keep them for a long time on the drums. Now, the reason it's kind of a cross between the two is because it has the attack of a clear head, but it also has this kind of ring built into the head that dampens it a little bit and kind of changes the way it sounds. So you kind of get an attack, but you also get kind of the more tone-based, warmer sound. And so it's really supposed to be a very dark head. And from the sound that I'm getting out of the drum so far, I'm really kind of feeling that it is a very dark sound, very low, very kind of deep, which is cool because that's what I like to go for on the toms. I'm not like if you listen to Rush or something, Neil Peart or Neil Peart or whatever you want to say, you'll hear like his toms go like but I like to keep mine more in the they're like down in that range. So that's a quick rundown of the drums. Now I'm going to put the Zoom mic up there, and then I'm going to record out of the overheads and out of the Zoom mic, and then I should probably put a little bit of a sample of each at the end and just kind of show you how they sound. I'm just going to play each drum a little bit, then I'm going to throw the metronome on 120 over here and just play some drum beats and mess around on the kit and let you hear a little bit how it sounds in comparison with a full ensemble playing the entire kit. So let's check that out. Sorry I rambled, but wanted to tell a little bit, so let's jam.